I really didn't want to bring up this topic just because I thought it was so like obvious. But Sean insisted that he's the top 1% of people who think like this. So I know people heard remarks. Faizon Love remarks about Dave Chappelle being the wackest comedian or whatever, and saying that the first season of the Chappelle Show wasn't funny. It was only funny.
It wasn't.
First of all, no. Because people don't know, that was that black white supremacist. That was on there. R. Kelly, Piss on You was on there. The real, what is it? The Real World.
Real World. John.
Yeah, the Real World skit was on there.
Can we edit him out of this episode?
I know, right?
So, since we all opposed, can I just get into it?
Go ahead.
We have other topics.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Because I haven't heard it.
But let me say one thing too, because the people say one thing he also said was Dave Chappelle was built up by white people.
Yeah. He didn't say he was. First of all,
he didn't make niggas
say he was
laugh.
Whack. He didn't say that. So Dave Chappelle, first of all, Faizon Love, Dave Chappelle is funny. He's super funny. I'm not taking that away.
Faizon tripped out.
Faizon Love, if anything, we live in a society like if you don't have more money than the next person, your opinion can't be valid. Okay? Faizon Love is nowhere near comedian that David Chappelle is. I get what he was saying though. Okay? I'm not saying Martin wasn't funny before Martin, but that show Martin took him to superstar status. Yeah, he was in House Party. Okay, cool. He wasn't in Bad Boys until after Martin. It took him to
Comedy Jam though.
No, it
was so crazy though.
You so crazy fire. But look, hold on. But look. When you were looking at Def Comedy Jam, you were looking at the Chris Tuckers, the Martin Lawrences. You weren't looking for Dave Chappelle on Def Comedy Jam. Not then. All I'm saying is, yes, he had a small role in, Nutty Professor and this and that. You were not saying even Half Baked. That's like a cult classic. Super funny. It's just, I could compare it to Kevin Hart. Y'all seen Paper Soldiers?
Yes.
Yeah. Super funny. But Kevin Hart didn't become Kevin Hart till after that.
But
I think Faizon Love was. Hold on.
Oh,
I think he was saying the Chappelle Show is actually when I'm a yeller. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
The Chappelle Show is what took him to. That's when he became this like elite comic. It wasn't before.
But what's wrong with that? Because,
that's what I'm saying.
Because Richard Pryor didn't pop off till he was in his mid-30s or 40s, right? That's just a fact. Hold on. And outside of Friday, you name me the Faizon Love movie that he wasn't made up by white people. Last time I seen him, he was on the couples retreat, ass naked, skinny dipping for some crackers. So when you tell me, this is what I'm saying. So when you see if he
Friday made him, and white people, that's a
black. Like he didn't even have he wasn't even really like.
He was in that movie for 3 minutes,
like,
man.
So,
and Dave Chappelle in all those movies before, he was in all those movies besides Half Baked for 3 minutes. So, Eddie Murphy was frying him in Nutty Professor.
He changed the course. Like when he was in. Are you kidding me? And that is
crazy, dog.
So
did y'all see Nutty Professor?
The second Faizon Love show because ain't nobody over him shit.
So look,
but you're saying just because he has a successful career, that's what I'm saying.
No. Listen, no. His opinion is invalidated when you go on for another 15 minutes taking personal shots.
Oh, that was hating.
Yeah, it's something that happened between them.
If you have an issue, say your issue. Boom. Hit the mark, and let's switch subjects.
It was part.
Don't go on for 25 minutes.
Keep it professional.
Okay, hold on.
We don't go on for 25. He wasn't in Friday.
Floyd, we all rap, right?
Like,
have you ever seen a rapper who was better than another rapper lyrically, but wasn't as popular? Then when he said something, they said, "Oh, he was hating." Let me tell you, rap is the only genre where people do not get credit for writing. Country music, whatever, this and that. Yeah. Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney writes his jokes. Or most of his.
They wrote
because
most.
Okay.
That's half of the battle, though.
But the thing is, Faizon Love's not even funny. Like,
okay, but go ahead. And that's just true, Yatta. But
finish
your
saying. If you're up here and someone's down here and they have something to say, but it just automatically gets dismissed.
Slick said something about Kevin Hart too.
He did.
But nobody called
Kevin Hart not funny to me, so.
Well, he is funny.
You heard what he was saying about Kevin Hart, but he didn't say his name.
He not close to Dave Chappelle.
That's true.
He's talking about comedians and they taking their shirt off and they all cut up and.
He did. He said that because he be working out real heavy. Yeah. But one thing I can say about Faizon Love and what I thought it was some hate and shit. It wasn't that he had a negative, disparaging comment about Dave Chappelle. It was like you're contradicting your own self, talking about what joke do you remember of Dave Chappelle? I didn't know that Faizon Love was a stand-up comedian. I don't know not one joke from him.
Big Worm, and I can't vouch for nothing else.
But
that's just because you didn't know, that doesn't negate the fact that he was. Because I knew
he's not funny. To say he's not funny or white people. people
opinion.
like, yeah, it is an opinion, but you can tell that those shots were like for
Personal.
something that happened between them,
Yeah.
which is cool. But come on, like Faizon, like it's people have gotten many comedians who respect Kevin Hart has gotten on the Breakfast Club and said, I don't think he's the best out there. He's good for what he's doing. He's hustling in the game, but I know X, Y, and Z are better than Kevin.
He made
Kevin
a lot
Hart.
of invalid plays.
because
Go ahead.
because he's the hottest. You can't. They're smart.
Talking about
Faizon
Kevin
Love
Hart?
is stupid.
Talking about Kevin- Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart controls to me like the
No,
comedic
he-
market. So you can't go against him because you're basically.
But that's
setting
why he didn't
yourself
say
for
Kevin Hart's
failure.
name though. That's why he
didn't.
didn't say Chappelle
Get a
because
job.
like remember he like and this is where it turned bitter. Like he's talking about, oh man, you know you can't get a role in the movie no more because they want you to take your shirt off. So basically, they stopped calling you to be the funny black man in the movie because now they want to go another direction with the funny black man in the movie.
So you think Dave Chappelle is an elite comedian?
You fucking
Yes.
right. And on top of thinking he's
Fucking right.
on top of thinking he's elite, I think all of this shit, like comedy, theater, movie, whatever, music sometimes, it's not like sports. So it's not like, you know, when you're 30 in sports, you starting to get old.
Yeah.
Right? You 40 and Tom Brady's
age out
old.
of comedy, dog.
No, comedy, the older you get, you got more life experiences.
Yes. Yeah.
You learning your timing better. You learning how to work the crowd better. I mean, look at
Disagree.
Steve Harvey.
Disagree.
Okay.
Personally, I feel like
Okay.
Only because you-
Faizon made the comments that he made because he trying to get shine off somebody else's back, and you ain't
Oh,
have
that's
no
easy,
you have
yeah.
no relevance. You're not popping in nothing. I honestly, I mean, I can't vouch for nothing you did beyond Friday, to be honest, and even your role in that movie.
So he pulled a Monique.
high key
He piggybacked
minimal.
off Monique,
But then
though.
on
He pulled
top of that,
Monique.
you just gonna take. You know what I'm saying?
He
But,
less of
but
a
my
comedian
thing is,
than
at least she had a deal on the table, my nigga. What are you doing?
It's
She did what she did, but sis had a deal on the
Yo,
table.
you
If
know
I
what
had a
y'all
bang
said?
for that,
He
what are
said-
you doing?
you know what I think about the
Faizon?
Faizon Love?
Faizon trip.
Hold on. You think Joe Button can rap?
He can rap.
You think Joe Button can rap?
Hell yeah.
People hate Joe Button, right? He got one album and nobody really listens. He's
Got a
like a
couple
underground.
albums.
Yeah, no, he has. Like
official album.
officially, he has one album.
Definitely,
Okay,
Jim.
That
was a hell of an album,
Yeah,
too.
hell of an album. But when he talks about other rappers, you know what people say?
He
Who
hates-
the hell is Joe Button? He's a hater. This and that. He's
I
one of
fuck
the
with
best
Joe.
lyricists I've ever heard.
Period.
But it's since people do not like him or they don't like his music, they basically just dismiss him.
Well,
And
maybe
it-
just because he really not active per se. Like
Yeah.
it's because he not active. So it feel like, you know, like a lot of people have that. Like you, if you hold yourself in such a high regard, like if you could put me on, put yourself on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so when you have all these opinions about other people, it's like and you in that same industry.
Gotcha.
It's like, what are you doing? People bring that up. It's like if you're gonna talk about what's out and everything out is so
Yeah.
bad, then what are you bringing to the table to change that? A whole bunch of nothing. I think Joe Budden can rap like shit, but you're not doing shit. So shut up.
You know what? Because you're in the industry. You're in the industry. You know the music. These people who be talking about Joe Budden,
They
they
do.
know nothing what they're talking about. They listen
They
to
listen
the
to local
radio.
rap.
Right,
So,
but at the same time, people don't look at Faizon Love like they do Joe Budden. This
No.
is his first hater comment that people are like, "What the fuck are you talking
everybody
about?"
respected
Like, people didn't
Faizon.
even
Everybody
know
fuck
your
with. I mean,
name.
Yeah.
They knew
nobody.
you was Big Word.
Yeah, I mean, but people,
Well, his
people
career,
fuck with him.
he's-
I mean, people. Nobody
I'm not
looked at
saying he was
Faizon
good.
crazy.
I agree.
I don't.
yeah.
I mean, he was just. I mean, he said Netflix gave him the deal because they. And this is him piggybacking off Monique. And he's like, well, they don't fuck with us. They fuck with Dave.
yeah.
Yo, D-Ray, Cat Williams, Chris
I
Tucker,
don't fuck
Yes.
with you because you're not funny.
Carmichael.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
these motherfuckers got stand-ups
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, home?
It's you
Oh,
that
yeah,
don't fuck with you because you're not doing
I
nothing and
wasn't
you're
saying he
not
was funny. Because I ain't say he was funny. I just feel like it was part hate.
D-Ray
and
said
part
say
truth.
that.
D-Ray said they gave him $5 million.
He funny.
I don't believe that, but I
I
don't
just
believe
feel
that,
like
They
but
gave
Faizon,
Dave
like-
60. They gave Chris 40.
I don't know if they gave him 5. I think D-Ray needed that stand up more than Netflix needed that
But
stand
I
up from
feel
him.
like,
Yeah.
Faizon, you not funny.
But 5 is probably nothing in Netflix.
I feel like I didn't even know
No.
you did stand up. I feel like you was, you know, like
Yeah.
a marginal nigga from a couple of movies who was forgettable.
You don't like
And
Faizon.
I don't got nothing against no, realistic.
Damn,
No, if
dog.
we gonna keep 100, we gonna keep 100. He
I'm gonna
not
name
funny.
4 movies he
and
did.
Yeah.
I couldn't name 4. Y'all just named
I
3
can't
other
name
ones.
4.
Cause I knew about Couples Retreat because he was naked in that joke.
Wasn't he
But
on
I
that
didn't even
TV
watch
show?
that
He's like
movie.
somebody father or some shit.
I feel like
Back
now
in
we
the
just
day.
grasping
Back
at
in the
straw-
yeah.
Yeah,
just
but
grasping
he
at
not relevant.
straws.
But I want to see one of his stand ups honestly because
don't.
next week when we
Tell
come
me
on the
about it. I
show,
have no clue
I'm gonna
about
look up.
Faizon.
I'm gonna look
All
up what
Why
fat
shouldn't
black-
tell me about it?
I
Because
will.
All fat
I don't
black
wanna
niggas
waste my
funny.
hour.
Patrice O'Neal, Corey Holcomb, Lavelle Crawford. If you fat and black, you automatically funny.
Hell, I don't believe that, but all them niggas is funny, but I don't believe that. Shit.
yeah, nah.
Are
Everybody
they
get to be
funny? Like,
Lavelle
funny
Crawford
because
or
they
Bruce
fat?
Bruce nigga.
Earthquake.
Bruce, thank you.
But you know, but on the flip side, a lot of people go through periods in their life where they might be a little hater, and these guys are they celebrities, so we see it. And the Breakfast Club smart, like, so this is from a Sway interview.
They knew what he was talking about.
This from the Sway interview when he slipped up and said that shit.
Yep.
So the Breakfast Club called him up there, and now he come up there with the Gucci on.
Exactly.
Like he
Just
like
15 seconds to get back in.
I'm here. I'm here. And Charlamagne waited 20 minutes before he asked him about it. Like he waited, let him get comfortable. So what's up with what you said on Sway?
Yeah.
They're geniuses.
Yeah.
They
didn't come up here for a meet and greet. You're not popping. Let's talk about the hate shit that you said.
Exactly. Capitalize on it. They smart.
Very smart. Have y'all speaking of comedians, I do want to ask this before I get into the next topic about internet comedians. They not quite connecting when they get on the stand-up stage. Like, but they get in the bag because and all of these like comedians like the Bruce Bruces and all of these other people who've been putting in the work for years to build up their, you know, their appearances on different touring and stuff like that. And these internet comedians are getting a bigger bag than these comedians who've been in the game for 20 years because of their Instagram views. Yes, they're going to put asses in the chair. So clubs are like, well, shit, you're going to put asses in the chair. You may not be funny. And a lot of comedians be like, you know, that's kind of killing comedy or whatever. But why do you think, other than the obvious, I don't think that's hating. I don't think that's hating. If you've been doing something for 20 years and you know that you whack when you get on, another person is whack when they get on stage because they just do 25-second clips that they can redo over and over. But it's a different art when you're on that stage.
So why label it internet comedian? You just a comedian.
Because because it's levels to comedy. So a lot of this stuff doesn't translate into stand up. Just because you funny on IG doesn't mean that you can. It's just like it's Instagram models and then there's models. Why not just call them models? Because you ain't no real fucking model, bitch. But no.
But why are you getting mad? Because they getting a bigger bag.
But it's not because
that's still hating, right?
Because the
they
reality
doing it
is because when you translate to my, it's like okay, it's like when you if I'm that comedian, I've been putting in this work, and I'm a stand up comedian, not killing it, and then you translate to my arena and you really don't do what I do, but they're paying you more because you got IG. Like that's kind of lame to me. I get it.
Yeah. Both of y'all right.
It's just like
it's the glorified
content. I'm funny. Yeah. I have candid humor. A lot of people are like, bitch, you need to be a comedian. I can't stand on the stage and tell jokes. I know my lane.
How do you know if have you ever stood on the stage?
Because I'm not. I know.
Don't put a ceiling on yourself, Yatta.
Relax. Because I know what type of humor I bring to the table. I'm more of that person who can be like, you know, if I'm gonna stand on stage and Joan all day, oh, it's lit. You know, like if it comes to telling my life stories, I have a lot of funny life stories that keep people laughing. I have an art of storytelling, that type of stuff. Versus me actually being able to write jokes that sound. I can't do it.
That translate
that
on
shit gonna be
stage,
corny as hell. But I mean, I can stand on stage and talk shit for an hour.
I do think that you might want to try. Just
she never. I think she would succeed. She's never done it.
You have rookie comics, you know, get on and just try it out.
Like for me, but even still, it's all about kind of knowing your lane. A lot of these IG comics and stuff, they do a lot of this dressing up. You know, you doing like little skits and stuff. That really doesn't translate onto a stage because you playing 3 different roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's you as the boyfriend, you as the girlfriend with the wig on, you as this person. But you can't really translate that to stage.
And you got several takes.
But it's just like what's going on with music, right? So, hey, I put my first CD out in 2001.
Nice drop. I like
right?
That.
What's it called? So people can look it up.
It was called The Preamble.
Okay.
This was in 17 years ago now.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to put one out on March 9th.
Okay. Okay.
That's the drop. But the difficulties, you know, I come right, you know, our age group is right after that old DC. So, you know, we was putting up flyers outside of Love on Oakey Street, you know, hammer and nails. These kids don't know nothing about that and will look at me like I'm the old man, right? Because all they do is send out one tweet, one Instagram post. They got 30,000 followers because they figured out this algorithm. And we don't. We still stuck in the, you know, I'm hitting the studio. We trying to do it the old way.
But let me say this. I'll say this, and off of, I'm a social media influencer.
Right.
That social media will fade. That work ethic that you had won't.
Yeah.
So these kids that have that, when the algorithm has changed, where people are not getting views, people are not seeing what you're putting out. Because my likes have dropped from 600 to 2, and I was like, Instagram, what are you doing? So imagine these kids out here basing their success off of these numbers, off of this algorithm that is set to change at any time because of social media.
But what's happening is they cashing out. So it's the same thing with the internet comedians. Is that's why I made that correlation. Because a guy like, I've been recording this album 2 years. So I haven't been as active on social media promoting me. I've been recording.
Right.
But the guy that's on there every day, putting the hashtags, he getting bookings, he getting interviews, he getting called out to come here, come fly there, come in the club, right? Because they seeing him online. Okay. So it's the same way with the comedians.
It makes sense. And I know the
translate.
social media may which kind, but technology is only going to advance. So I don't knock the people. A 17-year-old don't know about that. So he's not going to. You
don't know about
think
me.
about it. When we had
He don't know about me.
When I came on my first mixtape, I was burning CDs.
Absolutely.
It makes no sense for me to burn CDs now. So now,
Tidal.
Apple Music.
Spotify,
Which
Apple
now
Music.
I
Your
can
TuneCore
reach
guy be
people.
on point.
It's everything. Even like with dating, like with Tinder, you can talk to a woman you've never met who lives 5 states away. So I can't be mad at the new people doing it because that's the only way they've known how to do
The
it.
downside is, like she said, though, that work ethic you have is going to be your fallback. At the end of the day, these apps get less and less user friendly. So you got to think about how much people are fed up with getting on Instagram and the shit not even chronological. You're like, okay, this is blowing me because you putting stuff out and you got to hope that people
But
go
they already
see
have
it.
their followers by then. They already got their
No, that's not
followers.
the
But to
point. The
Sean's
point is
point,
it got to
though,
pop up in
watch-
a manner for you to be able to see it. If it pop up and I don't see it for 6 days, you know what I'm saying? Like
what Instagram is doing
but-
now, where they're showing 10% of your following your post, and once you get a certain amount of likes out of that 10%,
Then they show it to
they'll
everybody.
show it. But what they do is they're not showing your post to your followers, but people that you're not following, they'll put that in as a sponsor ad, and those are the people who are paying for ads on. So unless you're putting out that buck for Instagram or Facebook, then that's when you're actually doing something. But I get what you're saying, but I get what y'all saying too. So on your aspect as you are, you're in the studio, have you thought about having that person that social
does that
media
stuff.
person that does that for you since you're in the studio?
Well, yeah, since the last, but it was all strategic for me. So like the last 2 months have been more social media, showing the work, showing this, and because I knew before I dropped it, I wanted to build anticipation that way, show the work ethic, right? Mix kind of like the old school with the new school,
Right.
But just like you were saying they have a right to hate, but if it's going out of style, why not just go ahead with the flow?
Well, that's like as far as production and getting the word out and everything like that. But when it comes to comedy, I have noticed that the industry can get watered down. The industry can get less competitive or whatever because you got your people who've been in the game for a long time. They don't mind seeing somebody who's truly better than them make more money.
Or even truly good.
making
No,
more money. It's the fact that you get on, a lot of people have said that about Jess. Jess Hilarious. A lot of people say that, about people like her. And they're like, she's not, but it's not connecting, but she bombs in stand-ups. People just there because they're a fan of her Instagram. Yeah. And it just makes the industry like watered down.
As a whole, that's true. As a whole, it waters down because, like you said, it's one thing to fill a seat off your following. You got to keep them seats, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to give me what I expected to see when I came here. So if I show up because you've been popping on IG, that bitch be funny down or shit be da, and I show up at your show and you bomb, it's like it does water down the whole. It brings
But
that
not
whole.
really though. Not really because Tiffany Haddish is still here. Because like the cream gonna always rise to the top.
Yep.
This how I feel about Just Hilarious. If somebody go see her,
I heard she was.
That's on her. I mean, I'm not
I heard
knocking.
she wasn't.
Get your money.
I love.
All
Jess
she do
Hilarious.
is join on her boyfriend.
That's it.
So I mean,
Well, I haven't seen her live.
She would never did. She never
saw her
did
live?
anything for me to say, "Oh, I wanted to go see
don't
her."
even
She's
follow
definitely
her.
funny,
She's
but
not
I
funny
never
to me.
would
I
like
think
buy a
she's
ticket.
funny
I like Jess with the
online.
mess.
I love Jess with the mess, and she do be cracking on her dude. But
I feel
it's
like
funny.
it's been more times where I'm like, okay, than it is where I'm like, oh shit, she funny that. Like, so if I don't even like, if my sister done send me enough clips and it ain't encouraged me to follow you, or like, it's just not my cup of
I
tea.
think she.
You do the fake live. You like,
I'd be like,
I think she's funny, but I do see her not translating well on stand up.
I don't knock
But she's
anybody
young,
want to go
though.
get that bag.
Yeah.
It's on the
Young, though.
consumer's fault. If you want to go out,
No, it's on the
Rennie
club's
like
fault.
Rennie was on, Rennie
Wildin'
was
Out.
wilding out. That's a lane for you. And I'm not saying put a ceiling on yourself because I know that's where you're going, no ceilings.
No
But at the
ceilings.
same time, it's like I just told you. Like I feel like, oh, I'm funny, but I don't feel like I'm stand up type of funny, and that's
should
really
do
just
a
not my
stand-up.
lane. So I don't feel like I would try that, and I don't know how I would feel if it were offered to me because I feel like I'd be like, I'm probably gonna get.
But you would
that
try
joint
it.
bomb.
You could, but they have
Sabrae, we can do it.
opportunities where
We
you
can
can
do
try
like
it in the small audience.
I'm gonna say
or like,
maybe on a low key scale.
on a
but
low key scale, and then you
like-
try. And then for those people who don't translate well to stand up, either you work at it and make it better, and you study it and whatever, or you do find a wildin' out type of lane or something like that. And people make money off of sponsorships online, like by doing those jokes jokes wearing a Coca-Cola t-shirt or having product placement in the background, you can still get your bag.
And most of those other comedians, they have writers or they're writing together. They're not doing that all by themselves.
Yeah.
What I will say about the comedians is the ones that's getting the bag don't hate. Like if you see the interviews and they like Cat Williams or Kevin Hart or Chris Rock, they all swear Dave's the funniest thing ever. Or Dave will swear that, you know what I mean, he'll talk high of Kevin. He'll talk high of Chris. Like him and Chris went on stage and did 2 hours together in LA. Just freestyling on stage. They said that might come out on Netflix.
Right.
But they don't
Easy.
they don't be like
level though.
Yeah.
You don't hear like the top like rappers. You don't hear them going like back and forth. It's always
For
somebody
what?
beneath them like going that, and then they like, fuck are you? You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like if you are getting a bag, people shouldn't hate on other people getting a bag, especially from the internet or anything like that. But if you're from the internet, don't disrespect the greats, because that has been a thing too. A lot of greats will be like, well, dang, they disrespected the shit out of me. All I said was, hey, keep it up. You should try this. And they'll be like, fuck out of here. I'm making more money than you, so get the fuck on. So don't do that. Don't do that Bama shit.
Yeah.
But
they just don't know though.
I mean, I get it.
But when that but when that go to the point is, if you were really funny, you would be getting more money?
Not
No.
necessarily.
Not
So
because,
then we just kind of, okay, if we go
because
back.
a lot of people will, flock to popularity more than talent
Right.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to think about it. You got to think about who's
But you got-
popping
but
right
you-
now, who ain't even fucking talented if we going to be hunted. I mean, music,
Yeah.
honey, whatever, versus the greats who you like, y'all don't even know nothing about, like, da-da-da, whatever, but...
Yeah, but you
But,
still
and I
got
agree with that. But if you're not getting money, you still can't talk about someone who getting more money.
But you
than
gotta build it like Dave and Chris.
can talk about
Dave did like those shows in New York at the Radio City Music Hall. I mean, he did like 10 of them. Then he sold out. He did DC for 2 weeks in a row. So now Netflix, you gotta give me a bag. I'm selling out shows.
Yeah.
Chris is on a world tour right now.
Yeah.
They just did the O2 Arena in London. I mean, you gotta give me my bag.
You can
This
say
is
that about Amy
60,000
Schumer. She sold out the
That's
Garden
what I'm
twice.
saying.
I
That's
can't
what
knock
I'm
her.
saying.
Yeah.
Whether people feel like she funny or not, that's subjective.
That's why Monique should have just went and did the shit and got the bag.
That's what I said. It might not have been the bag you feel like you thought you should have got, but it was enough bag considering what you've been doing.
It might have been a wallet. Maybe not a bag. Get the wallet.
Get the
Right.
change first.
But
Get
if-
the change
but if
first,
she
and
did
then you come
Precious-
back and get the wallet,
She
and
said
then
she
you
did
get the
Precious.
bag.
The
She
little
said she
bag.
did Precious for 20,000, right?
50,000.
But
You
for her
get
friends,
a whole movie for 50.
You got an
but we'll
Oscar
do a
for
30-minute
50,000.
She
stand
said it was for her friend, so she was like, because
But it
a
made
lot of
your-
actors take a less bag, even Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever.
The Revenant.
For Revenant, he
Yeah.
took less money because he looked at the script and was like,
Yeah,
oh
the
shit,
bigger
this joint
picture.
can
but it
win
was
some
pivotal
shit.
for her career though, because look what you got out of it.
Right,
You got
so
an
that was an
Oscar.
investment. That
I
was
know,
an
I
investment
know
that
she
you
don't
made.
get 500,000 for them Jones she be doing at the female jails, you know.
That was a lot.
Okay, can you leave?
I know she don't
You
get
can
half.
go.
I know she don't get $500,000 to go to
No.
You can go. We gonna go to commercial.
Yeah,
and we
bologna
gonna
and
come
cheese
back,
sandwiches.
and he gonna be
2
gone because he
sandwiches.
hit you with the female jail.
Two
That's what
choke
she be at
sandwiches and apple
Shawshank,
juice.
man.